Hi, good morning, everybody. How are we doing this morning? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to WISER Special September edition. And it's a new month of September. Drum roll. Giddy, 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 giddy. Yes, how are we doing this morning? How is everyone doing? It's a new month. Like we are in the ninth month of the year. So this why is that special this morning? It's so special. And the reason is this. This is the first why is that special we are having on like the first day of the new month. Yeah. Other days it has always been either third of the month, fifth of the month, sixth of the month, and sometimes seventh of the month. But this time around, we are having Wiser Special on the first day of the month, which is first of September. Once again, welcome to this session, and I hope you have been good. So let me know, where are we joining this live session from? Who is in the building? Who is here with me? Who is live? I want to see your comment. I want to see your reactions. Good morning. Good morning. I'm Michael Okorie, Human Capital Development Expert, and I'm joining this live session from the city of Oka, Anambra State, Nigeria. So let me know, where are you catching this live session from, and who is here? Who is here? Can I get to meet you? Where are you joining me from? Hi, good morning, love Diamond. Chinyobio Basa, good morning. Where are you joining the live session from? Hi, Raymond. Good morning, Raymond. Island, good to see you, Raymond. How are you this morning? How are you doing? So, who else is in the building, and where are you joining this live session from? Okay, so once again, good morning and welcome. Before we proceed, I want to really thank Hi, Ogechi from Lagos. Yay, good to see you. I'm sure very soon, Oge. Victoria from Ogun State, thank you so much. I'm sure those who lives in Lagos, very soon you will jump out to meet Lagos Wahala. And to love them more from Lagos, Nigeria. Great, 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 awesome, awesome. Good to have everyone this morning in the building. So thank you so much, Mama Bear, Joyce Daniels, for the privilege to be on this space. Actually, this is my second time of coming live for Wiser Special for this year. I opened the session in February, yeah, and I'm taking the final. No, I don't know. The one that we take for the final one, yeah. The second to the final one, yeah, yeah. So after this, we have the October session, and that will be it for the year for Wiser Special. Okay, so and I'm privileged to be doing this once again with every single one of us. So we've been on a journey of studying Atomic Habits by James Clear. So we began this journey in February. So we've done the for 7th month, yeah, 7 months, and this particular one is the 8th month of the whole journey. And I want to be sure that it's been really useful to you. So a quick one: if you've been here, you've attended all the sessions from February to this September. Let me see fire emoji in the comment section if you've been attending. So this is the 8th one. In fact, drop 8 in the comment section. If you've attended all the sessions, drop 8. If you've attended 7, drop 7. Let's know the OGs of Wiser Special. Let's know who are the OGs of Wiser Special. Let me know in the comment section. All right. If you've done February, March, April, May, June, July, August, and you are here for September edition, meaning you've attended all the 8 live sessions we've had. Let me see 8 in the comment section. And if you attended 7, let me see who is giving me the numbers, who has attended the live sessions you've done so far. Who is the person who is the person who is the person? So while we wait for the person or those that have been attending for, okay, Bidimi said just two. It's okay. The replays are there. You could go catch up with the replays. Awesome. The mechanic has 8 good, 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 good. You've passed the whole exam. Good to know the mechanic. Good morning. And good to have you here on the call this morning. So we've done this for the past 7 months, and this is the 8th one. And I'm sure it's been such an incredible journey for me. I have really learned a whole lot on this journey, unraveling the wisdom to win for this year. And like we do know, we just entered the ember months, meaning the year is almost coming to an end. So we'll be discussing what to help you navigate the remaining parts of this year. Remember that Atomic Habit is about how you can, the strategies, the system, the tools, the approaches you can take to begin to make the tiny changes, the small changes that can make a world of difference. All right. It's about how to build routines, how to, how to make them stronger, how to drop them, and all of those. So this morning we will be continuing on the journey. So before we go or we dive deep into today's conversation, I want to bring my co facilitator. Yeah, so I won't be doing this alone. I want to bring on board Omolade, Omolade Alabi Lansebe, and she's a dynamic creative designer and a passionate edu entrepreneur who, you know, is a master in the art of intricate building with an eye of detail and flair for innovation. And beyond that, she's also a music minister. I'm sure most of us love music, and our facilitator or Michael facilitator this morning is a music minister. So if I can have her on stage, that will be so drum roll, drum roll, drum roll, drum roll, drum roll. Hi. Good
Good morning. Good
morning.
morning. Good morning.
How are
Morning.
you this morning?
I am fine. I'm very fine. Thank you.
All
Happy
right.
September. Happy
Yes.
1st September. And it's a
Yeah.
Monday. Monday where everybody wants to start the hustling and bustling and everybody wants to set things right. And I think
Yeah.
it's a good time to start this, as in to start our September 1st with this. Atomic Habits is a book that has changed many things in many people's life. Listening to authors and people, I discovered that most, like close to in 100, I can mention like 90 great people that have gone through this book. That means this book is very, very important. And like you were trying to ask people our audience, how many people have been following? For me, if you have not been following, please, you can start. It's not too late to start because Atomic Habit is
Yo.
one book that helps you to move from your tiny move um, from that stage of life that you are doing tiny insignificant things, things that you think that maybe they are not that important, but doing them consistently, putting the whole effort in them, you get that result you want. Even if you have not gotten there, there's no reason to shake. You are moving constantly and you're going to get there. So James Clear is this author. I think I have always known that people that write based on their experience. They are not just writing fables. When something has touched you, there's a culture in this Nigeria, the Fulanis, just to mention the northern people, before they will collect a medication from you, the first thing they will ask you, maybe a doctor, maybe somebody suggesting something to them, they will ask you that thing, have you been through it before? Has this happened to you before? Even I say yes, they will ask the next question that now it has happened to you. Was this the same medication you took that made it work for you? And if your answer is yes, then they go all the way for you. James Clear is one person that has been through everything he wrote and he put them into perspective, put them into books, into writing this book, Atomic Habits. Atomic Habits is segmented into six. From the when I was going through it, I just discovered that this man is a great teacher, a great tutor. He segmented them into six, and I just gave them the abbreviation for his. He started with the fundamentals when tiny changes make big difference. That thing that you think you are not doing, as in, it just looks like it's not that important. Just keep at it. It doesn't take one day to cut a tree down, but you keep doing it. You are consistent with it, then you get there. Then the second one is the law one, that's making it obvious. That is all. So people that are just starting, you are not caught. We have you in plan. Oh, he said making it obvious. It has to be obvious. Then law two say making it attractive. What is that thing? How are you going to make that your habit attractive to you? That is law two. That is FOA, attractive. Then the law says making it easy. Making it easy. Then law four says satisfying. Law three, I mean to say making it easy. Then law four say making it satisfying. And in case you have not paid attention to all the laws, the man decided to go to advanced two, which is that aspect that myself and Michael are going to start this morning. The advanced tool says how to go from being merely good to truly great. Michael, do you know that there's something called good and there's something called great?
Of course.
Yes, if somebody does I'm a creative designer like this, there are some jobs that you just do without inviting anybody. Somebody will just tell you, oh wow, it calls attention. And there are some that you can just do and they say, oh, it's fine. That means there's no so much satisfaction placed on that thing. But the author today wants to move us from just being good, it's fine, it's okay, to oh wow. And that is the journey we are into this morning.
All right. So thank you so much, Omolade. And just like you said, this morning we want to talk about how you can move from being merely good to being truly great. And the
Oh
reason
yes.
that matters is this: we live in a society where being good doesn't serve you, so much. Yeah, you can't just be merely good. I mean, everyone can be good, but what makes the difference is how great you are, in your field, in your industry, and in your area. So,
Exactly.
yeah, beyond being generic, all right, how
Hmm.
can you move from that point of good to that point of greatness? And one of the things that we'll be doing this morning is to help you build an anchor, build your
Hmm.
anchor your habit on your genetics, on your personality, on that your inbuilt strength, so that whatever habit you are building, it becomes easier, right? I know that in the corporate industry, there is what we call on the job placement, right? And sometimes
Yes.
you could place people in a role where they don't have a particular strength. And when that happens, they begin to suffer. And sometimes you
Exactly.
wonder, why are they not performing well? The same people, if you take them from that particular role to a different one, they sour like they flow. So this morning we talk
Exactly.
about how do you move from being good to being great. How do you discover
Yeah.
your zone of genius? All right. So if you are here and the whole thing, you are ready to learn, let me see fire emoji in the comment section. If you are here and you can hear us, you're enjoying the talk so far. Let me see fire emoji in the comment section. Let's
Fire,
go. Let's
fire,
go. Who is
fire,
giving me
fire,
fire
fire,
emojis?
fire,
Who is giving
fire.
us? Who's giving us? All right. So why that happens, Omolade, I want to, ask you this question. Of course, you've
Okay.
already, you've given a highlight how of what the book is about. Yeah. Atomic habits, make it obvious, make it easy, make it attractive, and all of those. And this morning, we're talking about how you can move from being merely good to being, thank you, Ma'am Chinyere. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
From being merely good to being truly great, a point where people can begin to ask themselves, what is it that are there within me? What are my strengths? What are my capacities? And how can I anchor my habits on all of those? So I want to ask you, how can one align their habit or the habit they are trying to build with their natural strength? And this is saying that we can anchor from what James Clear was saying, that some habits can be anchored on our strength that is already there within us. So how can one identify this strength and anchor their habit on it?
Thank you, Mr. Michael. There's something called talent, and this is the natural thing God has given everybody. No
Yeah.
two individual have this like perfectly the same talent. Even in the music world, you see they roll in musician for concerts, and they give them slots to maybe in my own case minister, in some cases maybe perform. And when they are performing, you just notice that everybody have a certain genre where they do exploits. Yes, from experiences that I have, some people may want to just shift from that area of their strength to something else. They may not look exactly like, as in, they may not, how will I put it? They may not be able to actualize the intention of the person that invited them. And I've called you just for worship. Let's say Sumisola Agbebi like this. I've never seen her do all, that is our genre. And we have some of them that they are just on fire. They can turn before you know it, you start carrying your chair and they are throwing things. That is their own line. Talent are natural are aptitude or skill that individual have. Now we are talking about our talent and how we can make use of them in such a way that the world now sees us like as a spotlight. The ring light is on us. We are top of the town, which is what this chapter is all about. Everybody have one certain talent. Even if everybody have talent, maybe in music. I was giving an instance like music, but there's something that is unique to you. We are all speaker, but when a certain speaker comes to speak, you know that there's something there's a line that this person is going to deal with that I can't remain the same. Every child comes with talent. Talking about the book, James Clear said, children in a certain world where they were born, they kept them in the world and they played music just to know those people that are going to be introverts later in future and those people that are going to be extroverts. They play this music and some children turned immediately till tomorrow. As a mother, if I play if I on my phone and a music pop up, I know the children that will just run to my phone, and I know the one that will feel like, mommy, you are disturbing us. It's natural. And I'm not supposed to be apologetical about what is natural about me. What should I do? I put effort on that aspect of me that is unique to Michael, as in that is unique from you. If I am this person that likes talking and doing like I'm doing like right now, some people will just be calm and talk. Then that is me. Then I put effort into becoming me in a very
Yeah.
special way. The man was giving example of two Olympians that have gold
Olympic
medals.
athletes. Yeah.
Yes, Michael and Chiam El Goroy. So both of them are actually talented. One is very popular. Michael is very popular because he has won a lot of gold medals and
Yeah.
he's doing it consistently. But the truth is that he's a swimmer. He has long torso. His body build is good for swimming. He swims well. And on the other side, El Garage is just, he's not that familiar, but he maintained two gold medal over the years. Nobody took it from him until maybe perhaps he retired. But his own legs are long. Imagine us swapping it, even and swapping their role. They may not have performed like they have to they had
Yeah.
performed
Yeah.
in
They
their
will not. They will
lifetime.
not. They will not.
Yes. So why am I eyeing that thing that is peculiar to somebody else instead of focusing on myself? We have come to a world that they make us feel that we are not enough. Okay, they make us feel that we are not enough. Whatever you are to be, even the Bible supported that it is inbuilt. It says, from my mother's womb, you know me. So this is not a time to plead with everybody. Maybe you have been outside the box because of the fame of men, because of maybe some parents even choose career for their children. I'm an educator. Anytime I have opportunity to speak in a PTA meeting or any, as I know some students, they eavesdrop. They tell me that this thing I'm doing, it is my mother, it is my father. Please allow these children to be their be so that they can shine. So today, gene, yes, is an hereditary things that are transferred from parents. I came from the family of singers, but today it's not everybody that are actually singing. We sing, we all used to sing. But even amidst all of us, some people will take it personal than some people. Why? Because there's no two people that can be I don't know how to put it, but I know you understand what I'm trying to say. There's something you will do better, best than that's your neighbor, despite the fact that you're on the competition.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I
Yeah.
want to say about your gene. So that's gene, that talent, it is what we're talking about. Make use of it. You are not less than anybody. It's just that you have not put effort in that thing that you have.
Exactly. You know how when I was growing up, so that there was this funny thing that happened at the time. We used to think that, or I used to think that the the best people we have in the world are either you are a singer or you're a dancer or you're a footballer and all of those, or you're a talker. To get so growing up, when they ask you what can you do and all of those, it you tend to get lost, right? Because you can't
Wow.
sing, you can't dance, you can't play football. So you are just there, not knowing what it is that is quite true to you until exposure begins to come, growth begins to happen. You discover that there are 1,001 things that if you sit down, you'll be
Sit
able to
down.
discover it about yourself. And just like you said, in the story of the two athletes, they both of them have their different strengths, right? So what happens is, how can you now begin to build your anchor? And this thing that happens when people, for instance, someone is trying to learn how to read, yeah, and they're saying,
How to do
I'm
what?
not a reading type. Hello, hello, you
Hello?
know, nobody is a reading type. Yeah, nobody was born and the tag does reading type. We just have to find that a part of us, that we can leverage to build that reading habit. Okay, so if you're
You
still here
have
with me,
faith.
let me see your If it's making sense, type MS. Meanwhile, cheers to cheers to life. Cheers to life. What are you taking this morning?
My
Cheers
water,
to
water
life.
is life.
Of course, of course. So if you're here and it's making sense to you, please drop MS, makes sense. Let me see your makes sense in the comment section. Let's know that you are still following lessons, that you are still here with us in
Okay,
this live show for today. Who is still here with us? Let
Michael,
me see
why they
your
are
comment.
writing that? I'm
Yeah.
of this opinion that
Okay.
maybe that your time was even better. Sir, there was upon a time when we were growing up, sir.
Okay.
All the prayer points I've ever heard parents, my parents, some parents pray, even in church, conglomerated prayer mountains and everything, is that this child will be a doctor. This child will be a lawyer. This child will be an. So we were so streamlined to what we could be. It was even better that you know that some people sing, some people dance. That time it was a taboo to tell a father or a parent that you are going to school to study music. Like, or you want to
it
go for
it
theater
wasn't
art.
making sense.
If it doesn't make sense that time, all they knew
Yeah.
was you becoming your doctor or that child is a clinical doctor. Do you get it? Now it is getting better that parents are even understanding the fact that a child can be um an athlete, a child can be a singer, a child can be as that time. You dare not say you want to be a dancer. But now people are dancing and doing great. People are
Yeah.
acting.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think it's getting better. It's really, really getting better. But it will not get very well until personally we develop ourselves as we sit with ourselves to the extent that we know that it's not about anybody. You put this food before me. I like saying adage a lot. But in Yoruba, he said, when you feed me and I'm filled, it is me that will tell you that I am filled though. It's not
Sure.
easy for you
Sure.
to now keeping food into loading food into my tummy. I will vomit. So all of us, I hope the younger generations are listening to this. You should get to that level where you know your strength, you know your weakness, you know when to say yes, and you know when to say no, so that you can make good use of your talent, that gene that you decide to put energy, effort into that trait. Maybe you took it from mommy didn't go that far, you decide to pick it up and you go further. It is high time you just discover yourself and be who you are supposed to be, and that's your place of success. That's your
Yes.
place of
Yeah. Yeah.
wow.
And until we find that alignment between our
Alignment.
strength and the habit we want to build, that we will struggle. That would always be struggles until there's an alignment between what you are good at, that strength, and now begin to anchor your habit on it. There will always be struggles. And sometimes I see people who want to build certain habit, let's say how to read or how to do a particular thing. And you see them struggle so much. The reason is simple. They have not been able to sit with self.
With
Until you sit
self.
with
Sit.
self, until you have that introspection and ask
Mhm.
yourself, what exactly are innate with me? What are inbuilt in me? And then, because if you sit down really and introspect, if you sit with yourself and introspect, you will discover that there are 1,001 things that you can now begin to anchor your habit on them. Remember, the cross of this matter is going from being merely good to being merely great. And it matters so much because the world doesn't just celebrate people who are good. No, I can bet you for free, every single person you see now, you admire them for their greatness.
Network, Mrs. Allen. Don't come. Okay, I just don't put it here. I will refrain. Ṣé kò ṣe pé wọ́n ló ti sálọ? I can't hear Michael.
So sorry.
It's not as
Nigeria,
much.
network left my device. My device.
Welcome
Sorry
back.
about that.
Good to have you back.
Thank you so much. So I was saying, until the world doesn't just celebrate people who are good, they celebrate people who are
Okay?
great at what they do, at their
They
craft, in
do.
their industry. I can bet you for free, every single person you know today that the world admires, that the world adores, that the world
Adore.
celebrates, they are people who are not just good, but they are great. Yeah, true. There is this depth of greatness that lies within. And if you must come to that point, let the world sees you, acknowledge you, and celebrate you. You must move from being merely good to being truly great. And it's just about finding your strength and then begin to build anchors on it. All right. So are you still here? Are you still on this call? If this is you're learning something, please type value. Let me know what exactly are you learning. You know how we're in the church and that word is coming to you. You're like,
We are not in church.
yeah, jotting
Mm.
down remarks, notes, right?
As in,
So let
preach,
me
preacher.
yes, so let me know what are you learning this morning. Let me see it in the comment section. What are you learning this Monday morning? Is it a good time so far? Let me know in the comment section. So as we proceed, Omolade, I want to ask you, sometimes there could be some struggles in trying to, build habits, right?
Exactly.
And one of the things that people want to know how to do is, how do I get rid of this struggle? How do I move from where I am struggling to do something to where it becomes a thing with me, to where I now is now on autopilot? Remember, habit
Mm.
is what is on autopilot. For instance, when somebody calls my name Michael, I turn. The reason for turning is the fact that I have heard my name
Your
over
name.
and over and over and over again, to the point that once I hear Michael, there is this thing that makes me to shoot my head, to turn to see who exactly that is calling me. And it's simple. I have done this thing over and over again. So how can our audience, how can people begin to move from that point of struggling to build a habit to the point where you know they are now, where it now becomes autopilot, or where it now becomes
Autopilot.
common with them?
Is that a question for me?
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay. I want to quote the writer, the author of this book. He said
Okay,
there's no such thing like some people are born to be a success, and some people are actually born to be a failure. And I'm going to give the story. Every day I go to work, I met two human beings, as in two kind of human beings, and they suffer the same predicament. Both of them are hunched back, as in they have this hunchback.
okay,
One on a side that maybe I decide to take, or the other side. Just most times I see them. I see both of them at least twice in a week. So I
Okay.
discovered that one of them turned that hunchback stuff, as in that predicament, to begging hands. He just sits there and keeps begging. And on the
Okay.
other side, the other guy started doing organizing work,
Okay.
something that doesn't take so much. He has boys that does work for him. Do you know that after a while, this other, I was just studying him. I made sure at least I passed by that place just to study his little tiny habits. He started very small by doing little
Okay.
things. After a while, I noticed that a little boy joined him. Another one, as I speak right now, that guy is married with kids. And he has his younger brothers and you can just know that they are related. He is comfortable enough now to bring his family members in. He didn't go begging like that other one. That's so sad. And he didn't go to Julius Beggar work because he doesn't have that ability. Do you get
Yeah.
it? He sits
Yeah.
where he is. Was it is it for organizing? No, no, no. He does shoes. He just sits. It doesn't take him to stand up. Where's your shoe? He fixes them. They cobbler, yeah. And he kept at it. He built a shop for himself to the extent that he had to call other people in to eat with him. When you get to that level, especially in this Nigeria, you're a big man already. Now. You can feed more than two mouths. Why? Because he knows his inability. He turned it to something. Some people are so sedentary in nature. That his ability made him sedentary. Just sit, collect your shoe, and walk. He didn't go for manual work, and he made it. Until we get to that level when we can just leverage on that thing that to somebody it may look like a disadvantage in some cases, but you can now
Yeah.
leverage it
Yeah.
and make it an advantage in your case. Some
Yes,
people are
I
scammers.
know. Just every one of us has that leverage. Yeah, we all have that leverage. You know what happened a bit there. When Elijah met the woman whose husband was owing and
Okay,
he died. Yeah, when Elijah asked her, "What do you have?"
there must be
She said
something now.
nothing, but
Wow.
I have a jar of oil. So you see, every
But
one of us,
hmm,
has leverage. I'm just trying to, you know, solidify what you said about leveraging with what you already have.
on
We
that
all
thing.
have leverage. It now about sitting down, and I'm always of the opinion at intervals, intermittently, we must learn to sit with self, because
It with self.
you can get so busy, wake up in the morning, go to work, come back, sleep, go to work, and the cycle continues. Life just keeps rotating in circle, and there is no point, or at a point where you stop and ask yourself, what am I really doing? So if we can learn to, point out our points of leverage, yeah, that will go a long way in helping us to really move from the place of struggle to a place of now strength at what we do. So I thought to just chip in that, but go ahead.
Mr. Michael, do you
Yeah.
know that there's another story in the Bible
Okay.
that changed my perception about life? It's the story of the prodigal son. That guy is a very bold guy. He's a rich kid, came from a big family, but somehow, he squandered what he had. He collected it. For me, I thought he had a big plan to go establish, become bigger and better than his father. Little did I wonder that he went to squander it. And he
Yeah.
got to a level that everything's finished, Mr. Michael, everything's finished. But the gist is that he came to himself. I hope this month is September 1. Some people are praying fire now. we are reading book that can help us. Do you get it? Until that time, when he came to himself and said, "This is," so we must all get to that level where we come to ourselves to know that this way of life I'm going to,
Yeah,
this
yeah,
career
yeah,
I've
yeah,
picked is
yeah,
because I want to be a. I've had friends that went to science class because their best friend went to science class that time. Now maybe it happens around you. Oh, because my best friend is going to social sciences, you went that time.
yeah.
It's
And you
because
forgot
my friend
that
is
the strengths
eh,
are different.
the
And we always
intended
forget that the strengths are different.
is different. Our strengths are different. So you can be a friend to that person. In fact, variety is very good. When all of us are the same thing, I don't think this world will be very
No, no,
beautiful.
no, 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 no,
That
no,
is
no, no,
where
no.
I am going to. That guy came to himself and like, please, I have to just go back. I'm
I know
eating
what James Clear said in the book. He said, that caught me when he talked about varieties. He said, when you can find, when you can, be better, the
when being
best thing
better.
to do is to be different.
Be
Yeah.
different. So what are we
Sometimes
talking about?
you don't always have to be better. You just have to be entirely different. Can somebody say different? Different. If
Different
you're
all
student,
the way. This
type
is where we are
different.
why we are here.
Don't just be better, but be different. I want to see in the comment section,
Different.
be different. Leverage on what life has, but exactly leverage on whatever life has bestowed on you. So much that life different. Okay, thank you so much. So much that life has bestowed on us. It's not left for us to leverage that. Thank you so much, Mary Ann. Different. Yeah, don't just be better, be different.
Another thing, Mr.
Yeah,
Michael, is
yeah.
specialization. He said when you can't win by being better, then you can
Mm-hmm.
win by being different. And when you
Yeah,
choose one thing and you keep at it, Mr. Michael, you'll be better. Wiser nation. Whenever we sit on doing one thing over and over, take for instance a baker, bake, 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 bake. The first day, it may not come out as beautiful as it's supposed to be. There must be some flops here and there. Oh, I didn't do it well. That time you'll be able to sit for people that sit, and I always encourage you. Failure is not the end of life. For
sure.
whatever you didn't do right, I think the best thing is not to be too hard on yourself. Just go back. What was I supposed to do that I didn't do? Then you take it out. Next time, I'm going to include this thing that I didn't do. So a
Yeah,
baker will bake after a certain time and you call that baker a pro. It's not that he became a pro because he jumped at being a pro. It's because one thing, specialization is a powerful way to overcome. You do one thing over the time. You some I was talking about talent. Talent is very good, but I've noticed that some people even have talent and they will just fizzle out in life. They just fade out in life because they don't put constant effort. Atomic habit is about that constant thing you do.
sure,
One thing, one
sure.
step at a time, one step at a time, and you become that thing you want to be. So specialization is very powerful way to overcome. That means if I
Yeah,
do this thing over and over and over and over, when they are comparing me with somebody that even have that ability and didn't work on it, I'll stand out better. So I think we should write
yes,
specialization this September. I'll specialize on one thing and I will keep at it until I'm a wow, great.
yeah. And then James Clear said two things that really got me. He said, if we must move from a point of struggle to a point where this habit becomes autopilot, one, it must excite you. He had to reiterate the point that he has made in previous chapters. Let that particular habit excite you and let it match your strength. Okay, your habit must excite you and
Must
it must
excite you,
match
match
your
your
strength. So
strength.
as we move on, if you have questions to ask us, I want to see in the chat box. Okay, so that shortly After this next question, we'll come back to your questions. So if you have questions to ask, I would love you to drop it in the comment section so that we can come back to it. We have just a short time to bring this conversation to an end. Okay, so Omolade, I want to ask you this question. Earlier this year, I I bought a program, a course that that was self-paced. Okay, and you have access to the course and now begin to go on your own and all of those learn, practice, etc. And I discovered that I went through the program for a while. I stopped.
Mm.
Not that I'm not disciplined, no.
Mm.
Then this month, since August, I'm taking a 3 months program, all right, to become a full-blown marketing expert. By the way, I'm into marketing, all
Wow,
right. So,
that's
and
good.
it's more like hands on, where a course is released on a particular day. You go through it, you do your assignment, you come on the call, you submit the assignment, and all of those. So I am here doing it, doing the assignment, doing the project, and all of those. So sitting back, I asked myself, why didn't I pull through the January course? And what is the difference? I discovered that, this particular method works for me, of where it is
Mm.
hands-on, where I am
Wow,
accountable, where I jump on a
and
call,
aesthetic.
where I do all of those. So you see, the fact that there is accountability system and there is a time frame tied to everything, it makes it easy for me to perform. So just in about 2 minutes, I want you to explain or talk about how can one, move from, because at the point, if you consistently underperform, you may begin to doubt your strength, doubt your
Yes.
ability, doubt what you can do. Meanwhile, it should be about just testing the waters to see what really works for you. For me, I have discovered what works for me. So them to buy any course going forward, I have known what works for me.
What to buy?
Yeah. So
Mm.
how can one overcome that guilt of falling back to default? Is it default now? Falling back to defaulting or not having that so
That feel
much
of you are
input.
doing your best.
Yes, yes, yes. How can we overcome that regret?
Okay, as an educator,
Yeah.
one of the things that we love to do for our students is to give them like a placement test.
Okay.
Maybe one before life actually starts well in from SS1
Yeah.
year 10 upwards. That is when career you start building your career, and that
Mm-hmm.
there are this questionnaire that they will feel it looks like, oh, but when all the answers are put together, we'll be able to know what class that child is supposed to go to. Do you get it? Why? Because we are all unique. You just said it that you are not bad. It's not as if you are lazy. It's not as if that you are unchallenged. Of course,
Yeah.
you are the one that paid for the course. In
Of
your
course.
right sense, you
Of
didn't want
course.
to miss out on the course, but something went wrong because it didn't align with maybe
My learning method.
your learning method, so to say.
Yeah.
Habits are to be enjoyable. You have to
Sure.
enjoy your habits. You have to enjoy anything you want to do. There must be one thing that even if you went to bed complaining of headache, complaining of tiredness, complaining, and they still wake you and say, can you just do this thing? You will still wake up to do it. That is that thing.
Yeah.
thing that makes you fly, that thing that give you this wings to just fly anytime. You are not tired of doing it. When others are resting, when others are like, there are times that, okay, let's take marathon race for example. All of them are athletes who good from their country. In fact, maybe the best fit put forward. But there'll be one person that will outrun, that will stay longer than the rest people. That's marathon race. That is life. There must be one thing that when others have gone to rest, you are still standing. It gives you this butterfly in your once you hear it, you have idea on how to, even if you are not okay, you can do it. Then another thing I want to say is that it is high time we start tailoring our habits to our personality. What is
Yeah.
your personality? What are those habits? Keep those habits close to your personality. Make sure you are aligning both of them. Okay.
Yeah.
I always tell some of my students that you sing, you act. When they say drama time, you are there. Please, what are you doing in a certain class? Can't you see that you're a social bee? Nobody needs to tell you that you love the
Mm-hmm.
socials more than the calculation. And there are some people you always meet them in the library. Their spare time, you will just know. Everybody have one thing that is their habit, and it has to do with your personality. What
Yeah.
feels like fun for you, eh? But is work for others. Some people is saying in
Exactly.
Ibibio, they say sigh. Some people say sigh. But for you, like, why are they complaining? You just look at them, that why are they complaining? This thing is fun. That thing is what we should channel our life to be. What makes you lose track of time flow? Some people can talk from now till next tomorrow. They are not tired. But tell
Yeah.
somebody to just address the
Yeah.
public for 5 minutes. It's like, can I have some water? Please, is the time? It will take time 100 times. And somebody is praying that may they
Exactly.
add to my
Exactly.
time. That is your area of where you should build your life around. Okay,
Yeah.
where you get greater returns, where you get, an average person may do it, okay, but more than an average person, that place that you get your own greater returns, they give you the thumbs up. You are not begging for attention. I used to say it, wherever I am and whatever I do, and I don't receive a wow, it's not my own thing, and I don't
Exactly.
struggle. Then the
Exactly.
author said
Exactly.
something. He said, yes, we have to like experiment some things. You may have more than, some people, even in the Bible, God gave some five, and the master gave 5 talents. Martha gave two and gave one. The other one just kept it. The other two worked on it and became four, and the other worked and became 10. One collected from the other one, making 11. God knows us and our diverse ability. They also said we cannot start experimenting, maybe for people that are even of age. Now, maybe at 20, you can start experimenting life. But as it's well now, it is high time that we just collect our life and put it quick into quick summary. I think I receive more thumbs up here than here. I think that is your own place. That is
Yeah,
where you should channel
and
your
just
energy.
like I said earlier, I ended like test many things, or not just many things, to test this one, to see what was for me. Like I've mentioned, them to now buy another program. I want it to be like this other system where there is accountability, there is more system, there is more structure, and the reason is simple. Sometimes we thrive more in a structured environment. Okay, and that is also why it is
Yes.
important at each point you build a sort of structure around you to be able to help you, do more or do better with
Do
respect to
more
your,
or do better. That's the
yeah,
word.
with your habit. Okay, so having come this far, our time it's almost
Oh,
over.
wow.
Yeah, having come this far, so I want to know, how has it been? Any question? How has it been? Have you learned something? Let me see what you've learned in the comment section. Let me see value, makes sense. What have you learned? What is that one thing you've learned this morning that you will run with for the rest of this month? What is that one thing that you will go home with this morning? So let me see the chat box. Any question? What have you learned? In the next few minutes, we want to end this live conversation. So Why that happens, Omolade, just in 30 seconds. 30 seconds. What is your final word for today? As we go over this month, what is your final word in 30 seconds?
Okay. I am going to drop this to wiser generation and everybody that is going to see this later online and is going to have access to it. Please. They also said something and it stayed in the forefront of my brain, like I love saying. Say, do not explain any person's success as luck until you have worked as hard as they have worked. I'm going to take it again. Do not explain any person's success as luck until you have worked as hard as them. That means, yes, you are eyeing them. Oh, Mama Bear, ooh, do you know how much he goes rehearsing, doing this?
Thank you.
It's
Okay.
not luck, it is work. So I'm going to drop this with us that let us put the work this September in our area of genetic hereditary, what we think is our natural ability, that habit that is easy for us, and that area of life that we are aiming at. I want to become a
Yes.
better speaker, then speak more.
Thank you.
Mama will
Thank
say,
you.
speak more, do it, just
Thank
do it.
you.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Thank you. So my final word for today would be, I have said it before, but let me re-echo it. The world doesn't celebrate people who are good. The
Hmm.
world celebrate those who are truly great at what they
Ha
do. Right? So
ha ha.
if you must come to that point where the world celebrates you, where the world adores you, where the world claps for you, you
Hmm.
must be truly great at what you do.
Truly great.
Move
That's the
from
word.
being merely good to being truly great, and you will see the world, surround themselves around you. With that said,
Exactly.
we've come to the end of today's Wiser Special September edition. Just before we go, I want to see some fire emoji in the next 30 seconds. How was it for you? Fire emoji, fire emoji. Did you enjoy the conversation? How was it? How was it? How was it? How was it? Can somebody give me some fire emoji? And once again, I want to thank Joyce Daniels. Thank you so much, ma'am, for
Mama.
the Wiser Special platform. It's been an amazing time, and thank you for giving us your space. Yeah. Also, I want to thank our team, right? The Jordan's
You.
team for everything since January to now. And of course, I am the community lead for Wiser.
Um,
So I'm also thanking myself for
well
all the journey so
done,
far.
Michael.
All right. So once again, thank you, team. Thank you, ma'am. And thank you so much, Omolade, for being an amazing co-facilitator. I enjoyed this with you, and I hope to do it
I
sometime
enjoyed it
again
too.
with you. Thank you so much. And bye, everybody. Do have the best of the month possible. We will see you next month by other facilitators. Bye for now.